addition to tracking what I wear daily, I also track all of my purchases for the year, both how many items that I've bought, the amount I've spent, and then I like to go over and analyze what were good buys and what weren't. And so I thought today we could chat through my best and worst purchases of 2024. I tend to do these reviews every single year, so if you want to see some of my best and worst purchases from previous years, I will link those down in the description box. I have 12 best purchases, so one for every month, and then I've got 4 worst purchases, so one for every quarter. We're just going to dive right in. Everything I share will be linked below along with my sizing in case you want to go and take a peek at anything. So we're going to start off strong with one of the most affordable, but also I think one of the things that gets the most questions whenever I wear them. They are these beautiful jeans from H&M. Now I actually bought these as a more affordable and also more readily accessible alternative to the Henny Valentina jeans. I feel like these give a very similar sort of a look, and they're also a fraction of the price. I feel like the denim quality at H&M is actually pretty good. My only bugbear is that I wish that they had extended this pocket detail down lower, because sometimes depending on how you're standing it does reveal a little bit of the regular cotton lining, but these are just so lovely. They have a good relaxed fit, straight leg. They do tend to change the name of this every now and then, so I'll try and make sure I link the most updated version on the website. Button fly, kind of has that vintage 90s sort of a Levi's feel. Really good blue as well, very comfortable, they wash well. I did get mine tailored. I have mentioned this before, but I think if you can afford to, always ask to keep the original seam, as it just makes your denim look a lot more finished and like they were made for you, because they're kind of the perfect length. So that is item number 1. Second best purchase of 2024, and also one of my favorite purchases of the year, I have to say, is the Chamberlain top from Harris Tapper. I feel like there are so many incredible brands coming out of New Zealand right now, and some of them just happen to be my absolute favorites, Harris Tapper being one of them. I love the way that this drapes across the body, how it has the elasticated pinched back and also the V at the back as well. It's just all these little details that make this feel a lot more elevated and really special. And when I think about elevated basics, it's not a really well cut tee, it's something like this, something that I can wear in place of a t-shirt, but that feels a little bit more refined, a little bit more special, a little bit more dolled up. Yeah, this is brilliant. It does come in a few other colors, and it's really taken everything within me to stop myself from buying it in the dove blue gray color, but absolutely wonderful. Then next best purchase of the year, my Madewell bucket tote. And you know what? I get so many questions about this. Is it color transfer? No. Is it like, do I feel like the quality of it is good? Yes. It is probably a thinner leather than some of my other bags, but I've not had any concerns about it. I really love the way that this drapes and kind of slouches in on itself, and this does make me think that this is kind of my preferred style of bag. I've had a few iterations of this over the year, but this has been the best execution of it that I have had and owned. I really also like the fact that you can adjust the strap with this visible buckle detail on the side. Comes in a few different colors, and I think maybe some of the other colors you might experience color transfer, but with a chocolate raisin, absolutely not. Hands down, would recommend this, would buy this 10 times over. It is just a gorgeous, stunning bag. Okay, one of my worst purchases of the year, and it's not because I don't love it, and it's really funny because when I tried everything on here that I've kind of put into this worst purchase category, I can see exactly why I bought it. It's really clear to me. It is the Eliza top, also from Harris Tapper. I bought this as a birthday present to myself back in February, so quite kind of a special little gift. But the reality is that I don't often have an opportunity to dress up in something that would call for a top of this sort of magnitude, of this kind of beauty. And it has this really lovely kind of feminine detail at the back with the draped bow, which I personally love, the folded over bandeau, and the way that it kind of drapes and sort of slouches around the waist. This looks phenomenal when paired with a flowy white pant. But yeah, I just haven't reached for it because I haven't had much of a chance or an occasion. Being a bonded satin, I feel like this is very high maintenance, and it's something I don't want to spill anything on. I know for sure I cannot wear this around my kids. Even if it was an event, I wouldn't choose to wear this. I'd choose to wear something else that I feel like I could manage the care of the garment more easily, more readily. So for that reason, this has really just stayed in my wardrobe, and it's been one of those pieces that I look at. I love it. It's basically a museum piece at this point, and I can't decide whether I hang on to it because I tried it on and I love it so much, or do I let myself pass this item on. And I think that's a really emotional decision. It can be a hard decision to make. So for now, I think I'm going to hang on to it, but I don't know, tell me what you think in the comments. Okay, we've got another accessory favorite, the Oroton Lily pouch. Now, I recently learned, in the last few weeks, that Oroton's outlet is actually products that are designed specifically for the outlet. I knew that this was a common practice over in the US, but I wasn't aware that brands here in Australia were doing the same thing. And that's probably why if you live outside of Australia and New Zealand, you aren't able to shop from the outlet. But the thing is that the products in the outlet are exceptional quality. They really do stand up to the bags that I have purchased that are in the 500 plus bracket. So I think it's a really good place to shop if you are looking for something that is good quality but that comes at a more reasonable price point. So I suspect their margins are lower. I really love understanding all the details, this sort of thing. It's kind of just how my mind works, but this is great. I use this a lot, and you might not see this loads, especially when I'm sharing things online. I'm sharing what I'm wearing because it's often in my bag. So when I'm carrying the Madewell bucket tote, I pop this in there. I'll put my card holder, my phone, my keys, lip balm, anything else that I need for the day that's important. It goes in here. And yeah, the leather's softened up really nicely. It doesn't have any visible marks or scratches, just has a cotton lining on the interior. Beautiful. The Lily bag that I've got is in the same leather, but I just feel like this is, of the two, this is the one that has really blown me away, especially because I think this one was maybe $50 or $60. They often have a further discount on this product, so yeah, one to keep an eye out for. Next two best purchases are jackets. So one of them is the Sezane Gabbana coat, and I'm going to talk about them in tandem because they are actually pretty similar, just slightly different cuts and slightly different colors. I mentioned this in my most underrated products from Sezane video, which I'm going to link in the cards. And if you have not tried this and you've been thinking about it, or you're going, I've never seen that on the Sezane website, this is honestly one of the best things that I've ever bought from Sezane. It is a cotton and hemp blend, so it has this really robust quality to it. I really love the structure that actually gives the jacket, and of course over time, the more and more that I wear it, it's going to soften up really beautifully. I like the fact that it has the contrast, kind of chocolate brown, which almost have the kind of mottled effect to them, buttons, and the sharp collar. I mean, it's really lovely. It is unlined, but I don't think it needs lining because it is quite a heavy jacket and it does make you feel reasonably warm and protected from the elements. But this is great. I've got it in the AU8 or the US Floral French 36, and I love the length of it too. This is something I'd often wear with jeans and then just a knit underneath in the winter time because winters here in Sydney are pretty mild. Then the other jacket that was one of my best buys of 2024 is the Marl Alaska jacket. And this is sold out, but Marl tend to do just slight remixes on items from the previous season. So they currently have one on the website, which is in denim and it has a belt, but it's essentially the same or a very similar shape to this. And you can probably see the similarities now, and I'll do a little side by side in case you want a better overview, but a really nice relaxed loose jacket that has the statement buttons. These ones I actually do need to tidy up the thread on them, but the buttons have this slightly kind of textured organic shape to them. They look a little bit aged, and yeah, I just really love this. This is a denim and they've used the same denim fabric as on their jeans. So love, and I can throw it in the washing machine, so that's a real bonus for me. Then thinking about one of my worst purchases, which falls in the same category, this really cool sleeveless blazer from Raey. Now, I don't know if this was a slightly emotional purchase because I bought it at the time that I knew that Matches Fashion was going to be closing, and so I wanted to get my hands on one last piece from Raey, and I'd had this on my wish list. I knew it wasn't going to be a all the time piece, it was going to be a sometimes piece for me, and I knew that I liked these sort of sleeveless blazer elements. I have another sleeveless blazer like this from Raey which has an open back, and it has the raw edge detailing here. But the difference is that one is in a cotton and it's really comfortable. I think I would like this more if the raw edge detailing here did not cut into my arms if I was wearing it on its own without a t-shirt underneath. It makes it very uncomfortable to wear, so this is not a spring summertime piece for me unless it's with a t-shirt. This is more of an autumn winter item. Not only that, it is actually really oversized, and so I kind of got stuck in this situation where, you know, you buy something but it was final sale so you couldn't return it, and yeah, I like it, I like elements of it, but I don't really see myself wearing this, and even when I tried it on I thought this is really nice, but also do I need this? I think the answer to that question is no, but I'm gonna sleep on it a little bit longer because It was one of those things I really did think about it for a while, and this is the trap with the wish list and wait strategy, that if you're someone who really loves fashion and you really love design details and you also are looking at things a lot, you might end up with a lot of things on your wish list. So saying I've been coveting this for 6 months plus, you could have been coveting hundreds of items, and that's really me to a T. I try and cull it down. I go through my wish list. I use the Carded app for anyone curious, but I'll go through and I'll cull my wish list, but still there's a lot on there. I'm pretty sure right now there's over 100 items on my wish list. So anyway, next best purchase of the year, the Zendaya trousers from Dish. Now, I really love these from that tailored element, the fact that they are really slouchy, the bitter chocolate color. I actually purchased, I think, 5 pairs of trousers from Dish, all in this brown color, and they were all different shades of brown. This was the nicest one. It's this really rich chocolate brown with a slight yellow undertone to it, as opposed to that purple red undertone, and that was what I was seeking out. They just lay really nicely on the body, and I think actually the cut of these is pretty similar to the Celine pant. The fabric has not pilled at all, despite the fact that I've worn them heaps so far. The jury's still out on whether they will, but that was a recurring problem with my Rowan pants, and I would just happily use a fabric shaver to tidy them up. But they have been great and kind of call into that fact that I love a more tailored element or aspect to my outfits, but I want it to be really easygoing and approachable. And because I can put those in the washing machine, they are a real winner for me. I often talk about how I don't think that it's worthwhile buying multiples of the same thing, especially when it's a bit more of a statement piece. But when it is a basic that you wear as a building block in your outfits, I think that that is the exception. And so of course, I ended up buying another one of the Arket merino long sleeve tops. If you live in the US and you can't access Arket, or you live somewhere else and they don't ship to you, COS do the exact same one. Usually I think theirs have the little thumb holes, but they're basically the same. They're sister brands, and the cut, the fit, everything about them is similar, even down to the feel of the merino wool. I do size up because I find that they're quite clingy, and then this gives it a little bit more of a relaxed feel, even though it is still fitted to the body. They are semi-sheer, but I don't feel like they are that in a vulgar way at all. They feel very kind of modest. I feel very covered up when I have these on. They're just brilliant basics. I've not had any issues getting holes in any of them. I have quite a few of these at this point. I think I've got 4 or 5. I also have the H&M version. But yeah, I love this, and these tops are something I lean on heavily during the autumn winter months because they make a great layering piece. I'll sort of wear these with jeans or a trouser, and then I'll throw a nice jacket over the top, and that's kind of my look. So adore. And then I have another pair of jeans here that is definitely one of my best purchases of the year. I would say low-key one of my favorite brands, Australian brands, is Alpha 60. If you haven't heard of them, go check out their website. They have some really, really cool pieces, and I think it's definitely a very underrated brand. And I was looking for a pair of wide leg, kind of faded black or black jeans. I did buy the Le Crop from Sezane, and they are really nice, but they're a little bit fitted on me. And not only that, the black denim really picks up lint, and that is a bugbear for me. I keep talking about this, but I need my clothing to be easygoing and carefree. These are that. They don't pick up any lint. I am not bothered by the fact that they're a washed black as opposed to a pure black. It kind of is neither here nor there for me because they're doing the same thing. It's part of an outfit. I can dress these up. I can dress them down. They have a really good high waist, and they're sort of just slightly longer than a crop length on me, but they don't sit in no man's land. And I just think the shape, everything about these is great. They're 100% cotton, which is my preferred for denim. Again, I kind of like that sturdy quality in my clothing. And I can't rave about these enough. They do come in a kind of faded blue, which I have toyed with buying. I did go in the store and say, you doing these in white? Because that would be my dream. As far as I know, no, but they said if you have requests, please send them in because they can send that to their manufacturing team. I suspect because it's a smaller business, often they'll take on customer requests and things like that. But yeah, I really adore these jeans. I think they're great. They do run a little bit on the big side, so I got the extra small and they fit me like a fitted 26. Next worst purchase of the year. I don't think this will come as any surprise. I really, really love this. I put it on and I know why I bought it. But also, this is wildly impractical for me, I think. So this is a brocade leopard skirt from Sezane. It is absolutely stunning. It has a split detail here at the front, fully lined, and actually the way it fits on the body is very, very nice. I am more of a pear shape. I'm wider at my hips. I know, you know, looking back at footage of me, you might not think so, but definitely is the case, and I was pleasantly surprised when this fit me the way that it did, because I do tend to struggle with pencil skirts. And yeah, I love the quality of the fabric. I just think it is so lovely, very elegant, and I thought that this would be a nice option to wear for work, maybe even with a t-shirt to kind of dial it down a little bit, but also this could act as a festive sort of going out option, something that I can wear when I am having those occasions out with friends, or a rare evening when my husband and I get to go out together. But I think the reason why this doesn't work for me is the length. I'm really quite fussy about lengths of things, and I think I even said it at the time that I wish it came in a mini or in a maxi length. That would be my preferred length, because I feel like when things cut me off mid-calf, it feels a little bit awkward, and so I don't think that this suits me as much as it could. Such lovely quality. Maybe in another lifetime, maybe they'll recut something else in this fabric, and if they do, that will be my time to buy it. But this one, I know for sure I'm gonna be saying adios to, because it's just not the one. Talking about another best purchase though, the Tibi Stella pants in the nylon. So I was talking about the Harris Tapper top earlier in the nylon, how easy it is to care for, and I've already had great success with the nylon pieces I own from Tibi, so I was quite happy to buy these. I have to say they are giving sort of TLC waterfalls. They're giving Destiny's Child Survivor. I'm so here for it. I love that it has this real nostalgic element to me, but in the best kind of a way. I never thought I would have cargos here, let alone a khaki green cargo, but I think it's the fabric, the nylon, that makes it for me. They're actually very lightweight and they feel really comfortable on, even on a hot day. So if you live somewhere really muggy and humid, you can get away with wearing these. I mean, obviously if you're wearing a full pant, you are going to feel a little bit warmer than if you're wearing something that bears your legs, but I find these just as comfortable as my cotton pants. And they're on sale. I have finally figured out my sizing with the Tibi Stella pants, I will say. I've bought the 2, I bought the 0. It's the 00 for me because I need something high-waisted. I can't do a low pec-waisted pant. And I found that when I had the 2, even though I could wear it low-waisted, there was just so much fabric that it made me look like I was all torso and no legs. So love. And I think there might still be a couple of sizes of these on sale, and they're less than $100. So I want to mention that. We've got 2 pairs of shoes. The Baird Nightingale boots. I get questions about these a lot every single time I share them. I really, really love these. I love the high shine gloss of the leather. I love the rich burgundy brown color. I love the heel height. It's a really nice block heel as well, so you feel very supported, and they're sturdy. The leather is actually quite thick, and I don't know if you can tell, but it doesn't have too much give to it. So while I don't experience blisters in these, I will say at the end of the day, I do look forward to taking them off, but they're not uncomfortable. There's a bit of a difference. I'm sure you know what I mean, but the only thing is that if you do have a wider calf, these are going to be too narrow for you. So that's probably the only downside to this particular style and the box leather that they've used. But for those who have a slimmer calf, these are going to be great if you've been considering them. The high shaft is really, really nice for wearing with cropped pants as well, because it conceals all of the leg and keeps you fully covered. No cold ankles, they fit true to size. Can't wait to wear these again next year. I hate to end this video on a low note, but let's proceed it with a big high. So the Georgia sandals from Tibi. I love these so much that I did actually go out and buy them in another color, in the white. And the reason being that for me, this is a really solid staple. I wear sandals for so much of the year that I'm always looking out for good pairs that I love and that I will wear on repeat. I have a couple of Tibi shoes in more than one color. Probably my only thing is that I do find that Tibi shoes run a little bit more on the narrow side, so I have a little bit of overhang. I don't find it too bad when I'm wearing a heeled shoe. It's more noticeable for me when it's a flat shoe, like when I bought the Kate Marion sandals, which I was devastated were far too narrow, like at least a full toe or two too narrow for me. But the Python, these were uncomfortable at first. Like the leather really cut into my foot, but it's now softened up because I wore them around the house, and then finally I was able to wear them out and about. I also really adore this comma heel detail. It feels very architectural and sculptural. So they have been brilliant, and yeah, I think there are still a few sizes on sale as well. They're a really good price. Tibi shoes are fantastic. I always get so many questions and remarks on them. And then finally, ending with this worst purchase of the year, which I tried it on and I thought, why am I not wearing these? These shorts from Isabel Marant Etoile. So if you have been following me for a while, you know back in 2020, or maybe it was in 2019, I bought the wrap ruffle skirt of this, which had the canvas belt. And I loved that skirt, but it did feel a little bit too youthful for me at that time. I think especially as I became a mother, I found myself shifting away from those more feminine ruffly elements. And I'd always wanted the shorts, but I never bought them. Anyway, I finally managed to track a pair down in my size at a really good price. And I think maybe the reason why I haven't worn these is because I don't love wearing the color purple. I actually really hate wearing purple. And so it's ironic that my birthstone is amethyst because it is my least favorite color to wear. I actually feel like it doesn't suit my complexion very well. But because these are a short, you know, a bit easier to pull off than if I was wearing purple closer to my face. Yeah, I like the way they kind of cinch in. Maybe it's because I'm not really wearing paper bag waist details at the moment. I don't know what it is. I mean, they're a cotton canvas, so very easy to care for, so it kind of ticks all the other boxes. So, you know, maybe I've just got to put these back in my wardrobe and then make a real effort to wear them. But this ended up being my other worst purchase just because every time I've put them on and with the outfit that or at least the way I've styled it, I've never felt quite right. So I'm going to try and make a real effort so that these ones end up being a favorite in 2025. So those are kind of my best and worst purchases of 2024. What do you think? Were you expecting some of these? I suspect the Madewell tote, quite possibly. I didn't share any items that I've received as part of work or collaborations that I've done within this video just because I feel like you have a different relationship with the items that you spend your own money on as opposed to when someone gives you something, and I feel like it would have been unfair to equate the two as being the same. And I feel like it's always obvious what my favorites are because I tend to wear them so much. But I am planning to do over on my Substack a little bit more of an addendum to this video if you would like to read more about some of my other best purchases of the year and also some of the worst purchases that I've already gone ahead and sold because I just realized they were not working for me and why. So I'll leave that link down below if you want to go and check it out. Thank you so much for spending some of your day with me. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you. I hope that you have had the best holiday season so far. I hope your end of 2024 is coming to a beautiful close and that you have an amazing start to 2025. I will see you in the new year. Thank you so much for watching, for being here. I'm just so grateful, and I will see you very soon. Bye.